Hi, this is Yoony, and this is the first podcast episode of Let's Talk Real Talk. Today it's just going to be me, and I'm going to explore an aspect of the coronavirus that exemplifies a possible change in the future as well as its effects. I've been wanting to research on this topic ever since I learned about zoonotic diseases and mutations in my biotechnology class. So my question is, how is COVID-19 a warning for the future system for animals and livestock? And what can we do to prevent future similar diseases besides keeping hygiene and a cure? This question actually came to my mind when my parents informed me on a current illness that has infected lots of children in South Korea due to unprocessed meat, or honestly just any part that went wrong in the meat that they ate. I realized as humans continue to consume more meat in the future, there will definitely be more interactions between humans and animals, whether it's in a farm, let's say, or a factory, or wet markets. This means that humans will become more prone to illnesses or even extreme cases of diseases like the coronavirus. The current virus pandemic originated from Wuhan, China, and has killed and infected millions of people around the world. While the coronavirus may be less fatal to us, it can easily be spread. But besides these high infection rates and fatalities, the coronavirus could possibly be a warning of how the world should handle domestic animals in the future. After the virus is over, which is hopefully soon, people will turn to their normal lifestyles again, which means that more diseases are yet to come, like I said earlier. So what extraordinary way could we use to prevent future diseases, besides hygiene and the vaccine, is the question that people should be asking. So I want to explain how the virus is spread and the concept of mutations and zoonotic diseases. So viruses are microscopic parasites that reproduce outside living organisms, which basically are animals, humans, and even the most common bacteria. The coronavirus, for example, spreaded from animals to humans because it is a zoonotic disease. Viruses that have the ability to spread from animals to humans are categorized as zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic diseases have a single strand of RNA, which are more prone to being copied or mutated than humans' double-stranded RNA. This explains why it's so difficult to find a vaccine for the current COVID-19 pandemic and why the fear of it lasting it for many more years is immense. We don't know when it's going to mutate or what form it's going to mutate to, so it's quite difficult to predict the outcome. In the case of coronavirus, it is believed that animals were caged, raised, or cooked in unhygienic conditions in close proximity to people, which made the transmission easier. The virus changed its form through mutation and allowed for it to move from animals to people. The reason why it's so harmful is because they can mutate quickly and as many times as at once, which is why it's so difficult to control it and contain it. It's actually not the first time that animal wet markets have been linked with zoonotic diseases. Let's say the SARS outbreak and the H5N1 bird flu virus, they all have been linked to animals, and then mutated, then infected and killed some people. While we cannot prevent all these future unknown diseases from animals that we never predicted would come, I believe that the world now needs to see the problems with the global meat industry and the way animals are kept in places like wet markets, in contact with humans, carry a high possibility of disease transmission. For example, there are intensive animal farming systems with little genetic diversity between animals, which means that a disease or an illness could spread more rapidly without meeting any resistance from genetic variants. One solution that I can think of right now is to be more hygienic in the process of raising or eating animals. Hopefully you know what TikTok is. TikTok is a very, very popular social media app. There I often come across really random TikTok videos of genuinely revolting and unclean looking cages with many poor little animals in them. Or honestly just videos of really unhygienic ways of cooking meat. It saddens me that some animals are treated and raised in such horrible conditions and that hygiene is not really cared for in some areas. But it hurts more to see that humans are being affected by it by consuming the meat. In the coming years after this coronavirus is gone, zoonotic diseases will probably become more common. Hopefully not, but it's possible. It is our job to prevent another pandemic like this. A problem that came to my mind was that there will be a larger population to feed, and the demand for meat and animals will increase. So this may sound absurd to some people, but I actually did some research on this, and I think it's actually quite a good solution. So some solutions that can combat zoonotic diseases include a reduction in meat demand or to grow a substitute for meat. But I believe that by reducing the amount of meat that we consume as a whole, and by putting a bit of plant-based foods in our diet, that will definitely help prevent future diseases that come from animals. Although this will be quite difficult to achieve, it's not impossible to come up with plant-based or cultured meat with the technology we have. Plant-based foods will decrease the chances of another zoonotic disease, as the transmission of diseases from plants to humans is very unlikely. And the reduction of meat demand will reduce the amount of animals needed in places like factories, farms, and wet markets, which means that the chances of zoonotic diseases are much lessened. So this is a topic and a solution that I've been quite interested in, and I'm quite satisfied with the outcome. Hopefully we won't face another virus like this in the future, but to be prepared, I believe that this is a possible aspect that the world could focus on working on to prevent future zoonotic diseases. Hopefully this was thought-provoking and interesting, because it was quite interesting for me personally. If you have a topic that you would like for me and Harriet to cover, please leave a comment down below. Thank you so much.